So here, first of all, I apologize for so many cuts. You will be seeing so many cuts inside because we are shooting without any ventilation, without AC on and without any fans and without the windows, and the lens is picking up the heat, and so whenever the lens picks up the heat, there is a cut and we have to give certain amount of cooling time to the lens, certain 10 minutes we have to cool down. So I am very sorry for all these cuts. Now we come back again to the fourth, as I told you, 1, 2, 3, as I have explained it to you. Same thing, the arch of aorta, please come on this side. We will draw this on the fourth side. Now the first part was the left horn of aortic sac. This is the first part, till the level of, as I had told you, till the level of common carotid artery, third. Then second part here, this was till the level of 7th cervical intersegmental artery. This is level 2, that is the left fourth arterial arch, left fourth aortic arch or arterial arch. This is 2. So here this will be the first segment, this will be second segment, and here what we show is subclavian artery, and this subclavian artery is from the left 7th cervical intersegmental artery. Then the third part will be the distal segment of arch of aorta. This is the distal segment of arch of aorta. This is the third portion. From the left dorsal aorta between the left 7th cervical intersegmental and the portion where it joins with the right dorsal aorta. Now we come to the fifth. Fifth is disappeared. So sixth. If you come on this side, please come on this side. Sixth one. This is the ventral. Here this is the ventral. So right and left. The right ventral 6th arch artery will develop into the right pulmonary artery, and the left ventral 6th artery will develop into left pulmonary artery. This segment is dorsal. Now here the 6th arch artery on the right side, dorsal segment, will disappear. So therefore here I will make this disappear and I will just mark it with dotted line. So the right 6th arch artery dorsal segment will disappear. And what about the left one? The left one will remain, this portion will remain, the left dorsal 6th arch artery will remain as ductus arteriosus. And after birth, this ductus arteriosus will be replaced by ligamentum arteriosum. So here, same way, we will draw on this side the 6th arch artery. Now this is the pulmonary trunk, and so on the left side, see here, this will be the left pulmonary artery, and the dorsal segment of the left 6th will remain as ductus arteriosus. So this will be 6th, the ventral part of the left 6th artery will develop into the left pulmonary artery. And what about the dorsal segment? The dorsal segment of the left 6th arch artery will remain as ductus arteriosus. Then we come on the right side. Now on the right side here, the right 6th arterial arch, ventral side, will develop into the right pulmonary artery. So the entire right ventral 6th arch artery will develop into right pulmonary artery. What about the dorsal? It will disappear. The right dorsal 6th arch artery will entirely disappear. Now we come to the entire structure. One point which we have left. This was the left horn of aortic sac. What about the right horn of aortic sac? So here, the right horn of aortic sac, I will show here, this will be the right horn of aortic sac, and this right horn of aortic sac, which I am coloring this much, will develop into the brachiocephalic trunk. Brachiocephalic trunk. So once again, this is the final summary. Please note down. 5th arterial arch will disappear, 1st arterial arch will disappear, 2nd arterial arch will disappear. Now the ventral portion of the 3rd arterial arch will develop into common carotid artery, and dorsal portion of the 3rd arterial arch along with the dorsal aorta, which goes to the cephalic region, will develop into internal carotid artery. external carotid artery will develop from the external carotid bud, which is developed from proximal part of common carotid artery. Fourth arch. On the left side, the entire left fourth arterial arch plus the left fourth dorsal aorta between ductus caroticus and left seventh intersegmental artery and the left seventh cervical intersegmental artery. These three segments will develop into the left subclavian artery. Then we come to the right side. The right seventh cervical intersegmental artery only will develop into right subclavian artery. Then we come to the fourth on the right side. On the right side, the right horn of aortic sac will develop into the portion of arch of aorta between brachiocephalic and common carotid. The right fourth arterial arch till the level of 7th cervical intersegmental artery will develop into again arch of aorta, second segment. And the distal segment of arch of aorta will develop from the right dorsal aorta between 7th cervical intersegmental artery and it's joining with the opposite dorsal aorta. Then we come to the aortic sac. The right horn of aortic sac will develop into brachiocephalic trunk and the left horn of aortic sac, we know that it will contribute to the development of proximal part of arch of aorta. And then we come to the sixth. In the sixth, the right and the left pulmonary artery will develop from the ventral portion of the right and left sixth arterial arch. What about dorsal? On the right side, the dorsal part of the right sixth arterial arch will disappear and the dorsal part of the left sixth arterial arch will remain as ductus arteriosus, which after birth will be converted into ligamentum arteriosum. This will connect the left pulmonary artery with that of the arch of the aorta. Later on, what will happen after birth, just before birth, this left 7th cervical intersegmental artery which develops into the left subclavian artery will migrate in the cephalic direction and it will come to lie near the left common carotid artery. Now these are the changes which have taken place in the postbranchial stage. Note down each and every changes and here we finish our development of aortic arches or they are called arterial arches. Thank you very much.